Hey there friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today's going to be a little bit of a different video because I'm going to switch off the partnership with my sister for a little while. I've got a couple videos I kind of wanted to do. I've got a couple story times coming from my childhood and stuff. And this video is kind of a little bit of a story time mashup too. This video here is actually inspired by the fact that my hair is getting so freaking long. Because growing up, I was one of those kids that my hair was down to my elbows from the age of like probably 11 till 14. And I had so many rough patches with my long hair. So today's gonna be a funny, hopefully funny video based on my horror stories from when I had long hair. So the first traumatic hair story I have is when I was about 10 years old. Now, when I was about 10, my hair was like down to my elbows. Like, it was long, it was thin, and I didn't wear it up. I hate having my hair up. So when I was about 10 years old, I was at this park that I grew up at, like pretty much. It was right down the street from my house. My sister and her friend and I spent almost every single day there. And there was a big tire swing. Tire swings are fun, you know, except for I didn't like heights. So I would go on and spin, and then I would just push everybody else because, yeah. But one time, I don't know if there was somebody there that I liked or what, but I was like, I'm gonna go really high. And I stood up on the tire swing and I was going, like I was rocking it back and forth and I was spinning it. Next thing I know, I feel tugging and I scream, stop, and they just instantly stopped the tire swing. My hair had made it into the coil that makes the tire swing spin. And it was completely like, my hair, like I said, was like down my elbows. So like probably 4 more inches than it is now. And it was completely up to the root, wrapped up in the coil at the top of the tire swing. So I'm sitting there in pain, screaming and scared, because that was like the entire right half of my head was just like wrapped up in this coil. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? And I think that's like my first panic attack. I'm like, I am stuck in a situation. I cannot get out of it. What do I do? So my sister ran home. It was like a 2-minute walk. So she ran home and got my dad. And he comes back and he's looking at the situation. He's like, you know, I could see it on his face. He doesn't know how to work this out. He's like, And as he's walking around, I'm watching him because I'm afraid he's just gonna, like, I don't know, rip my hair out or something. I don't know. So I'm watching him and he's walking around, and then I notice the scissors in his back pocket. And I'm like, nuh-uh, that is not happening. So I don't know what part of me was like, I can totally fix this. But I don't know, I just did. I kind of like, kind of just like, I don't even remember what I did. It was so traumatic, I don't even remember what I did. But I remember when my hair came out, like there was like pieces, of course, dangling from the freaking coil, but my hair was just literally a big black lump from the oil in the tire swing. But I got to keep my hair, so that's all that matters. So the second story I have from when I was about the age of 12, and still I never cut my hair. It was still really long. And my sister had this guy coming to our Halloween party, and she was super confident. Like, she and this guy they dated for like, I don't know, a month, and they'd broken up. But now she invited him to this Halloween party we were having, and he had straight up told her, I'll be there. And so she had like this confidence, cockiness, I don't know, that I never have noticed before or since on her. And we were sitting down at the table, her, me, and a friend, and we were talking about this Halloween party. Like, I don't know if we were making the playlist or what. I remember there was a piece of paper in front of me, and I had scissors, so maybe I was doing like decorations or something. But I remember I was sitting there, and I like took a piece of my hair, and I was like braiding it, and like, I don't know, braiding it or twisting it. And my sister picked up these scissors and goes, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I just went snip? She forgot to miss. She cut off like a very prominent piece, and she cut it up off to like here. And my hair was like, and so you could notice. And I was traumatized. I was angry. I was screaming. I was crying. I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to cut it. Oh, my hair's short. my mom was like, no, just try to part it a little farther to the like one side or the other, because back then I parted it down the center. And I was like, okay. So that's what I did for the Halloween party, and nobody noticed. So I was like, okay, maybe this will be okay. Mind you, in the coming days, I forgot to part my hair a little farther to the side, and people did notice. But hey, at least at the party, nobody noticed. All right, so this one here is the big one. And it was actually the one that made it official that I was gonna cut my hair. So when I was 13, 14, I was on an all boys baseball team with one other girl, which was my best friend, Randy. And we had just finished the season. Our team kind of sucked, but we had a lot of fun, so that was the important thing, right? But our team definitely sucked. But at the end of the season, I think we'd only won like 3 games, and 1 was by forfeit, or maybe 2 were by forfeit. But so like we were a miserable team, but we had a really great time, and that's what's really important, right? But so we went to this season end party at my coach's house, and he had like a big pool and all this stuff, lots of property. And I don't know, I think I made a joke to Randy or something, and we were just like, she started like chasing me, and I was running, and you know, we were running around like these bushes and kind of like running through the bushes, and she kind of caught me just enough to kind of like get her fingertips on me, and I went flying into the bush, which is, you know, fine, you know, everyone ends up in the bush once in a while, haha. But it was worse, because I didn't just end up in a bush, I ended up in a burr bush. Now, if you don't know what burrs are, you're lucky. They're basically little pom-poms that are spiky, and they get stuck in everything. I've had to pull them out of my dog's fur. She's like, her hair is like this long, and I've had to pull them out of her fur. I've had to pull them out of cats. I've had to pull them out of my pants. They stick to everything, and they like the hairs and stuff will just get weaved into it. Once there's a burr in your hair or your fur or whatever, it's like almost impossible to get it all out in one chunk. So I ended up in a burr bush. My hair was literally tangled up like this in the back of my head because there were so many burrs in it. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And once again, my lucky father was there, and he's like, I don't know. So my coach took me into his house, and like I said, I was about 14, so this was like a very traumatizing thing. I'm like, now is the point where I'm like, I want all the boys to notice me. They're not gonna like me if I'm bald. So I went into my coach's house, and his wife luckily did a lot of traveling with her job, or he did a lot of traveling with his job or whatever, but they had a bunch, like, I mean like a big tub of travel size shampoos and conditioners. So what I did, and I kid you not, everyone else had pizza, hot dogs, all that crud outside, played in the pool, and me, I sat in the kitchen, one bottle after the next, washing, like not washing, but using conditioner to try to work all these freaking burrs out. So what they did was they gave me a comb, and they gave me like 8 bottles of freaking travel size conditioner. And what I'd do is I'd take one, and I would use it in one spot, and I would just slowly pull the hair out like this. And it took like, I don't know, 2 hours. Everyone else was like done eating and in the pool, and by the time I was even done, and I was so embarrassed because, like I said, I was the only, other than Randy, I was the only girl on the team. It was just the 2 of us, and to have like a fashion meltdown was like the most embarrassing thing, I swear. Like, I'm like, oh yeah guys, I'll come, you know, hang out with you just as soon as I fix this tragic disaster. But yeah, that was a good time. And yeah, after that, I think I started cutting my hair to like here, like almost every 3 months, because I was just like, I can't handle the stress, guys. I just couldn't. Like, but now, of course, I'm a little more responsible. I don't run around so much, so, and also all the hairdressers are closed, but they're opening very, very soon. In fact, I've got a hair appointment this Saturday, so I'm really, really excited. So next time you guys see me, my hair won't be in the middle of brown and blonde. It'll be defined colors. I'm going back to blonde. I'm natural blonde. It won't be as blonde as what you're gonna see me next time, but like, it won't be such a mixed tanny mess. But yeah, so those are my top 3 long hair horror stories, and I hope you guys enjoyed them because I hated every minute of all of them, except for the fact that I somehow managed to keep my hair in all of them. Thank the lucky stars. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, that's yay. Almost all of those situations could have been handled if I would have just put my hair in a ponytail that morning. But I hate putting my hair up. It's like the worst. I get headaches and stuff and I don't like it at all. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I know it's a little bit different, but I have a lot of other ideas that I want to do that don't involve other people. A lot of story times coming, so I hope you guys are ready for that, and I hope you guys will support that. And if there's anything you guys would like to see, feel free to write them down in the comments. Yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next week on another video.